Hello guys, in today's video we're going to be, reviewing episode 4 of Blue Lock. And basically this episode, it's the second match I believe up. It's the second match and we got Team A versus what I believe is Team C, I think they're called. A versus C, with obviously the captains, with their members. I'm not really going to go over the team members. The main people of this episode is Nagi and the guy with the white hair who's top 6, and the purple hair guy. Sorry, there's so much names in Blue Lock, I can't remember them all. So if it's easy to remember for you guys, not for me. Anyway, before I talk about that, I do like the fact that in this episode at the start, we do get Isagi, I think his name is, or something on the lines, for kind of preview watching his goal and trying to. He knows he has to obviously master it and all that if he wants to obviously get the sport or whatever. He probably can't show off any more skills other than this match, I don't think. But either way, he knows if he wants to keep that sport at the very least, he has to obviously master the skill or whatnot. I think that is very fair. He needs to master it, and I like the fact that he's kind of watching over it. Nothing else really go off. Okay. And obviously they did use something to explain why he that guy who, one of the new guys we saw in episode 2. In episode 3, he kind of talked to our main character Isagi and said whatever he said to motivate Isagi. And and he explained it by Tetris, blocks. It looked like Tetris, or I could say. But he kind of said you want to get to the top, you need to quickly think. You need to do it without thinking and all that. You literally, and he also, there's also another example of gaming stuff in this episode too. But yes, and now for the Isagi, the purple hair and white hair kids. Basically this episode is mainly about them, I would say. It obviously shows off the abilities of the others, for example, the guy with the glasses, number 5, he's able to do that. He's able to obviously, breathe stuff, and he's super quick, and he's like Boruto, but way quicker and able to do more stuff. For hyping them up, I feel like they're most likely gonna lose that spot, so at least some of them. I feel like Rin is gonna obviously be able to keep the same spot. We see a bit more of Purple Guy's past. Sorry if no, I'm not sorry. Anyway, we see more of his past and kind of everyone cheering him on, but they want him to do soccer and kind of saying it's all for them, where it's basically just for them or whatnot. He ends up copying a goal we see earlier in this episode. Also, this is one episode of this match because unlike the main character episodes, most other episodes are 1 or 2 episodes and very unlikely 2 episodes. That's what it normally does. It normally does 1 episode, but because there's 14 episodes, it's unlikely they're gonna do 2 episodes for each match. Against players we're more familiar with, we see a lot and all that. Also, I will say I do hate how they consistently bring up the purple guys and Nagi's past and all that. I mean, I get it. In season 1, the first couple episodes we see them, they consistently do it. But not every time he sees Nagi, he's like, oh my god, you're not my Nagi. Yeah, you're actually trying, you're having fun. I'm like, yes, you said this last season from what I remember. I'm on season 1 for a year, or whenever last, or I don't know. But that's the main bit I hate about this episode. But other than that, it's good. It is good character writing, don't get me wrong, it's just annoying consistently hearing the same thing. But his character, and he ends up copying the thing. They do talk about how he needs talent, how his copying talent needs improvement. So more likely or less, they're gonna end up improving his copying talent. He ends up copying the goal we saw earlier, and it was an insane goal, and it basically curves back into the net. And yeah, he didn't pass Nagi. he copied someone else's talent also, so he's improving as a player. And then they also end up losing the match at the end to Rena's team, Reen's team, basically. So yes, I mean, I'm not surprised because obviously you still want the number one player to be like good because they're obviously gonna hype up him versus his brother for the final this season. After the final, I'm assuming they're probably still not gonna be on good terms, like just in general as a team. Just considering the fact that they're all egotistics and all that, and of course they still have to keep an ego. Maybe they're friends off the pitch, but on the pitch they're like animals or whatever. Yeah. A great episode all in all. If I had to give it a rating, I will say I rate this episode a solid 7.5 out of 10. This episode is a solid 7.5 out of 10. The reason I say that is because obviously, we get to see not much. They're obviously always kind of consistently hype up the players who have numbers on them now. Like players who are top 6, every match, they're gonna be like, oh my god, you are a monster. A monster. But what I get, I'm pretty sure everyone knows they're gonna be a monster if they're literally in the top 6 and you don't need to consistently announce it. But we understand. Not much else to talk about in this episode. But yeah, everyone, also, I thought in the first episode, they said you could not watch the matches. They watched this match. So I don't understand. Maybe I misheard. I thought they said you cannot watch matches. I may have misheard or not. Or maybe you can't watch matches until your match is over. Maybe that's what it meant. Like, if you're because, you can obviously... You can, get a keen grip of, who's playing and, how our performance goes. So maybe that's what it's about. Also, from what I remember, I think there's a 6 hour between each match or whatever, in the general speaking, because of course the main characters the top 6 need to let rest or whatever. Anyway, yeah, a great episode. Like I said, it's a solid 7.5 out of 10, and without further ado, I'll see you guys next time.